Welcome to the Lightning Round, brought to you by Moviga. I'm Lee, with your weekly source for all things movies, video games, and more. Now grab your ponchos and let's catch up on this week's news. Jon Favreau says he does not have an ending in mind for the Mandalorian series yet. I personally think The Mandalorian is some of the best Star Wars storytelling we've gotten in the last decade, so I have no qualms with this. But I also think Jon knows that Baby Grogu is their tentpole of sorts. Can't say no to profits and good ratings. In fact, we also have word that Season 4 has already been written. Sounds to me like Jon is a man with a plan. Elizabeth Olsen says, quote, "I just want to come back as Scarlet Witch when it comes to all things Marvel MCU." In the current multiversal saga, that seems extremely likely, but also a good rule of thumb to remember is that if you don't see them die on screen, then they probably didn't. What do you think? Will we see her return as Scarlet Witch? New, sure to be the next cult classic horror comedy, Cocaine Bear, wow, that was a mouthful, gets an 8 out of 10 rating from IGN, as it, quote, gives us exactly what we signed up for. I don't know about you, but I definitely am now signing up for a sequel involving Samuel L. Jackson and more cocaine bears on a plane. That seems like an original idea for a movie, don't you think? Multiple new Lord of the Rings movies are being planned at Warner Brothers. Now, before you get too worked up, Warner Bros. Claims they have no intention of recreating the Jackson trilogy, just that there are more stories to tell within Tolkien's Third Age. Hopefully this can be true to the source material. Interesting backstories for characters we know and love, and elaborate on the rich lore available to us. But I, for one, can't be mad at more media coming from Middle-earth. Just please, Warner Bros., lean in towards your treatment of the Lord of the Rings trilogy movies and not the Hobbit trilogy movies. Seriously. Avatar 2: The Way of Water is now the third biggest movie of all time. James Cameron is over here one-upping himself by overthrowing Titanic for that number 3 spot. Way to go, James. If anybody believed you could do it, it was probably you. Well, it looks like the storm has passed. Be sure to check out the Moviga podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to that sort of thing, where we're talking all things movies, video games, and more. I'm Lee, and thanks for joining me this week for The Lightning Round.